No countdown. Oh, one. You get one countdown.
Get one countdown.
Sorry, a little gay dwarf got in the way.
All right, MMA Maniacs, it's time once again for Split Decision, your weekly MMA podcast brought to you from the Ruloff Family Inc. studios by Bueller and Dodge, who's back this time in the new year.
I'm back.
Yay. So happy New Year to everyone, and of course, happy holidays. We've been out for a couple of weeks, and so we're back with a lot to cover, of course, and we'll get to all that very, very soon.
They got El Chapo.
They got El Chapo today, so they say.
Oh.
Could be his body double. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Did Danny Trejo get him?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Either Dog the Bounty Hunter, maybe.
Might be, yeah.
So, obviously a lot's going on in the world. I feel Chapo's behind bars again. Big thanks to our sponsors, StrongboardBalance.com. Change the way you work out. If you didn't get one for Christmas, get one for yourself in the new year.
I still haven't seen any pictures or video of wherever our board's at.
Yeah, where is our board?
If it was in your ass, you'd know.
Woo! I don't know.
I was using it daily.
Dodge would be like this. If it was in his ass, just...
I have pretty good bounce.
Hey, good thing about those boards, they don't start on fire like the other hoverboards.
Like the hoverboards.
Yeah,
get a real hoverboard, a strong board. StrongboardBalance.com. Check out their Instagram, too. It's good stuff, man. And MyMMANews.com as well, our second home and your place for breaking news as it comes through. Check us out on Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio. Subscribe on iTunes or our website, SplitDecisionMMA.com. Find us on Facebook at Split Decision MMA Podcast. Give us a like and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at SD_MMA.
And go to fightbook.com and vote for us as Podcast of the Year and fan favorite.
Fan favorite podcast. Yeah, we got like 3 weeks left to vote.
Yeah,
Did
got
you
till
not
the
trust me to
first.
get to that?
Huh?
I was totally going to say
He was
that.
getting ready for
All
it.
right. I'm sorry.
The thing that I just question is, number one, the podcasts that are ahead of us are sponsored by the page that they're on.
Hey, so
let's really make sure
let's
real winners
let's just
win.
be happy where we're at.
We're currently in third place, so we could use your votes.
I think we moved up to second.
Again?
It's back and forth, man.
It has been back and forth. So go throw us a vote if you can. If you like us, give us a love. It's at fightbookmma.com.
Fightbookmma.com.
Yeah, so go check that one out as well.
There'll be a link on our site after today. I don't know why there hasn't been till today. I tried putting one up,
realized that, and I tried pulling up again, and Facebook flagged me for spam.
They're like, "Stop! We've seen this enough.
It's enough. It's enough." You'll put it on our website.
Yeah, I'll put it. I hadn't put it on our website.
Yeah, I don't know how to do any of that stuff.
All right, well, I will today.
I can put it on Twitter, maybe. All right, so let's go ahead and we have a lot of news to go over here. Lots of shit happening. So let's go ahead and jump into it with Mousasi versus Leites.
Well, first of all, we can talk about how UFC Fight Night 83, February 27th in London, main event
at the O2 Arena.
Main event is Anderson Silva against Michael Bisping.
Yeah.
And then you got Mousasi versus Leites as the co-main event.
It's great. Yeah, I like we talked about the Michael Bisping Silva thing last time we were here.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you were not here.
Yep.
So is this just added then?
Just
Mousasi
added.
and Leites? That's great.
Yep.
I mean, the thing sold out without any fights even being announced.
It's
was
London.
Like, holy shit, we're going to have a fight at the O2 Arena. Let's all buy tickets. And then
you know Bisping was going to be on that card regardless.
Of course.
He could have fought a Rock and they would have still sold out.
He's going to fight in Iraq?
Yep.
All right.
Who else is going to be
Z.
good on this card? What, Italians are out cruising? All right. Who else do you think will be on this card?
I say let's put Dan Hardy. Let's have his comeback fight.
Dan Hardy. Who is that other Irish fighter, the boxer?
Irish fighter?
English fighter that was on
Ross Pearson?
Ross Pearson.
Yep.
Is he retired yet?
Nope.
Go ahead and throw his ass on this card, too.
Yep. Who else we got?
That's it.
Neil Magny. Isn't he British?
Maybe.
Right? What was the one guy that was like Dollar or something like that? It was on that season of The Ultimate Fighter?
CB Dollarway?
No, not him.
Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Nah, man, a nickel.
Gleason Tibau failed yet another USADA drug test.
Uh-oh.
So this time, the first one was out of competition test. This one is now immediately after his bout, November 7th.
Well, so long for a year, buddy.
Think he's just, that's it? It's gone?
I mean, they're not screwing around with this stuff. We have Nick. We know we're going to talk about it. Nick Diaz's appeal's coming up on, what, Monday?
Yep. Well, it's on the agenda.
On the agenda for Monday.
Oh, yeah, I was going to get to that. It's on the agenda.
But they're not messing around. I mean, if they're going to make that big of an example out of Nick Diaz, then obviously they're going to follow up hard with everybody else that falls in line there, too.
We don't know if that's actually going to go through because the agenda always moves around.
True.
But they're going to possibly lift his 5-year ban.
But what I'm saying is that they were going to make that big of an example out of him and then be like, whatever with Gleason Tibau.
Yeah. Gleason Tibau, who looks like a natural heavyweight who's fighting at 155.
Right.
Yeah.
Always. As long as we've been doing this, we've always said how big of a 155er he is.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see, like I said, if the Nick Diaz thing actually happens. If they actually...
Your internet's broken.
Report on it. Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Hey. And it's
No,
gone.
I blame his 85 windows he has open.
That could totally be it.
Just shut down the Pornhub one. We don't need that one ever.
No, that's got to keep running.
No, I need that
I'm
one up.
streaming.
It's a really big file, man. Remember those days at 56K when you have to start up a porn and then you have to leave and then come back 3 hours later when it was finally done downloading and watching?
And it was just a picture.
Yeah. There's a boob. The struggle was real. UFC releasing fighters once again.
Yep. This time they released Fabio Maldonado, Chico Camas, Kevin Souza, Eric Alameda, Bubba Bush, Michael Labout, Vernon Ramos, and Jumbek Tuxrun.
I didn't even know we had a Bubba Bush, but okay.
He was from The Ultimate Fighter.
All right. Completely forgot
I'm just
about
upset that the South African Justin Timberlake is being released.
that. Dude, seriously. That is what I saw immediately when you put this up on the screen. Was Justin Timberlake what? It's his cousin
From South Africa.
from South Africa. It's possible.
Did you get a chance to watch Rizin?
No, I did not get a chance to watch Rizin.
We can go over that here in a little while. But King Mo is calling for a fight with Fedor, and he wants it to happen in Bellator. Free on Spike TV.
Cool.
He's been tweeting the shit out of that.
I'll watch it.
Would you?
I'd watch it.
Do you think they say that King Mo might be the most qualified heavyweight to fight Fedor that's not signed by the UFC? Would you agree with that?
I don't know what the other options are.
Czech Congo.
I'd watch Chet Congo fight him too. I'd watch Fedor fight anybody, really.
Yeah?
I'm not like a Fedor fanboy like a lot of people were from.
Like, what if he fights Gracie and Shamrock at the same time at that event?
Money fight right there.
Scott Coker, give me a call.
Yeah, money fight. That's
Just booked it for you.
that's the freak show fights they love over there. Perfect.
It's a tag team. Except I want the cage to have a dome on it, like when it was in WWE.
I'm gonna be really, really honest here. I think that if Shamrock and Gracie tag teamed up against Fedor, they would both still die.
They'd still die.
And that's like, and I'm not even trying to give a lot of credit to Fedor. I'm just not giving any credit to Shamrock and Gracie.
Wow. That's pretty harsh, man. That's pretty harsh.
We pull no punches here.
Rumors are there's
These
going,
expressed are Joey Bueller shoes.
rumors are there's going to be an event in Australia. They're going to Brisbane, March 20th. However, the rumor is that Frank Mir will fight Mark Hunt as the main event.
I heard this today. I was actually kind of surprised. I mean, of course, it's going to be Mark Hunt in the main event. You're going to have, Anthony Perosh on this one again.
Probably.
As well. Kyle Noak will be fighting on this
Yep,
card.
he'll come back again.
Why the hell not? And then which was the Australian female fighter? Is that Rose Namajunas? Now, who is it?
No, Beck Rawlings.
Beck Rawlings. That's right. Yeah, so you have her on the card too.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just make the Australians happy.
Are you scared for Frank Mir's face?
A little bit. A little bit. And I say a little bit because...
Or are you more scared for Mark Hunt's arm?
I'm more scared for Mark Hunt's arm.
Really?
Honestly. I really, really am.
I don't know, man. He didn't get submitted by...
It depends how...
Verdum didn't, Verdum like TKO'd him.
It depends on how big Frank Mir comes in. If Frank Mir comes in like Brock Lesnar big, like he got for a while, then he might fall on Hunt. And then
What if he comes in dad bod, though,
yeah.
like he has been? Lately he's been coming in dad bod.
He has to come in big enough to fall on Hunt and make them both fall over. And then
That's tough.
Then they'll call that a takedown.
Hunt's a big guy.
Yeah. Then they'll call that a takedown, and then Hunt will get a Kimura, which Hunt is like the only person in the UFC to tap out to as many Kimuras as he has.
He never tapped out to one in the UFC, I don't think.
No, but he has still tapped out to more Kimuras than any other fighter in mixed martial arts.
I'm afraid for Frank Mir's face. I think it's going to break.
It's gonna be a crazy fight because there's no way Mir can stand with Hunt, and there's no way that Hunt can grapple with Mir. It's not even like, oh, well, let's check out. Neither one of them have the game to compete.
But the thing is like, okay, we've seen Mark Hunt up against like Roy Nelson, who was supposed to have amazing Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and he knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly, because it
So
never went to the ground.
do you think Mir is going to be like, I can stand with Mark Hunt?
No, God, no.
You don't think so? I mean, he always likes to throw it. He always likes to think he has the big hands and he can
I
get
think
in
he'll
there
learn
and mix
real
it up.
quick that is not going to be able to do that. Like you said, you're afraid for his face.
I'm afraid for his face.
I'd like to see it.
Like to see him stand and bang?
Oh, yeah.
I just want to see Mark Hunt get Kimura again. It's always funny. He's like a turtle on his back.
He's been doing decent recently.
Not on the ground.
Yeah, he got out of stuff. He did some sweeps.
he got out of stuff.
He did some sweeps and he got up.
We'll see what happens.
Jojo Calderwood is moving to TriStar to further...
Speaking of Rose Namajunas.
Yeah, further expand her MMA game. Do you think this is a good move for JoJo?
I think anybody going to TriStar is a good move for them, especially if they're from a smaller camp.
Yeah.
I mean, TriStar is one of the best camps that we have right now.
She was originally scheduled to fight Paige Van Zandt at UFC Fight Night 80. That was back here early December. However, Rose Namajunas replaced her.
Bless you.
Yeah. And she is, Rose is Calderwood's one loss on her record, so she says she wants to fight Rose after that, after she makes the move.
What fight was JoJo at, or club was JoJo at before this?
I'm not 100% sure. I believe it was the one that was in Scotland that she trains in. So
I mean, if you're
it's
going
a smaller club, she definitely wants to. She understands that she has to get to a bigger camp.
Yeah.
If she's going to be
if you got the option
competing,
to go to TriStar or Greg Jackson or any of those from a smaller camp, then obviously take it. It's only going to get better.
Martin Kampmann has retired.
All right.
I thought this already happened. I could have swore this already happened.
Check the date on the article.
Right? But
just like I found out that, what's his name? What you talking about? Willis died this week.
Gary Coleman?
Gary Coleman.
A while ago.
Yeah. And it's all over Facebook that it happened this week.
Did it really?
Yeah,
when did that happen?
2010?
Oh, that's right. Why isn't it on Facebook?
I don't know. It's the same reason why Martin
Kampmann officially retired.
Retired again.
Good for Martin Kampmann. I think he needs to go to a gym like Alpha Male or something like that. They need a rotating coach. I mean,
yeah. Kampmann would actually be great at Alpha Male.
Except they have, what's the other guy that just retired? He's over there right now.
Oh, they have somebody doing stand-up for him?
I thought they did, yeah.
I don't know. Kampmann would be a good one.
Kampmann would be a good one.
It is a camp in turmoil.
Constantly.
Aye.
Constantly.
It's the grass and the snake camp.
This kind of pisses me off. Are we going with this story now?
We're going to go with this story. The UFC has issued 3 fines to fighters for outfitting policy infractions.
They said they would do it.
They said they would do it. Now they're actually doing it. We have 99% compliance of the athlete outfitting policy. This week will be the first time we'll be issuing reduction in payments for non-compliance. Additionally, 12 athletes are receiving warning letters for non-compliance. They're saying definitely one of them might be Cowboy Cerrone due to the fight shorts that he restitched himself.
And he was wearing a patch.
He restitched a patch of his old fight shorts, his Muay Thai shorts, onto his Reebok shorts. That's an official Reebok short. Okay? That's a violation. You're not allowed to put patches on.
There was a patch for his mom.
It was for his grandma.
For his grandma.
But it was a part of his old Muay Thai shirts. If you know what, Reebok should get together with them and they should make replicas of his shorts with the patch stitched in. I bet you
it would end up with his grandma's name on his shorts.
Or spelled backwards.
Yeah.
Things happen. Gilbert.
Or all of a sudden. all of a sudden. He'd be Donald the Grandma Cerrone.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Like, really, this is what you want to do when all the fighters are already pissed off about the Reebok deal? This is how you want to approach this?
Hey, they said that these things would happen. There's guidelines and rules that you need to follow, sir.
Yeah. This is
guidelines and rules.
Nate Query was going off on this on Facebook.
Of course he is, but he doesn't work for the company anymore. Who gives a shit?
There will be consequences and repercussions.
For other people, but Nate Quarry. Because Nate Quarry, you can wear whatever the fuck you want because nobody cares.
No, but he pointed out. He pointed out. It's like, why would you want to do this when people are already pissed off at you with the Reebok deal, and you want to go ahead and do this, take more money out of their pockets when you already took money out of their pockets with the Reebok deal?
Yep, they're upset that basically guys are wearing or other sponsorships during the weigh-ins is what had happened.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to only be wearing Reebok stuff during the week of. So, but can you make your own shirt? Can it just say I am the cowboy, or that's not a sponsor? Can you just wear it you want to wear a Superman logo? Can you wear a Superman logo?
To the weigh-ins or to the...
Yeah, to the weigh-ins.
I don't know.
Does it have to be a non-logo thing?
They can't tell you what to do tattoo-wise, right?
Right.
Does that include henna?
Yes, it does. That's been a long-standing rule after, what was his name? Rico
Yeah,
Rodriguez had Golden Palace
Palace
tattoo, or GoldenPalace.com tattooed on his back in henna for an entire fight.
What about real tattoos?
And he actually made a bunch of money because he went on Golden Palace and said that he was going to win.
Nice.
And then he won the fight, and they got a bunch of money from them, and they said, no, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you do real tattoos, though?
Yeah, I'm sure. What's his name? Roy Nelson has 108 tattooed on his arm from one of his original sponsors.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Somebody's got Wu-Tang, too.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang sponsors a fighter?
No, but he's got a Wu-Tang
He's got a
tattoo.
Wu-Tang tattoo, so they might as well.
Is that the 108 bar that sponsored Roy Nelson?
I wish. I used to tell people it was.
Nice.
I was like, yeah, we found him in the riverbank. This guy hauling around tires and shit.
Yeah, he was the homeless.
Big white guy.
We threw him in the cage.
Had some skills, man. He's knocking people out. He bounced here for a little while.
Reminded me of Tank Abbott.
Diego Sanchez decides he's going back to 155.
Shocker.
Citing the IV ban.
He's back on the grid.
Says it was too much weight to cut without IVs, and now that the new IV ban is in place due to the anti-doping agency, he has to go back to 155.
I can't wait for him to retire.
Seriously. But he is one of 2 guys, other than Kenny Florian, to fight in 4 different weight classes.
Yeah. Well, good for him. Not successfully, but good for him.
Not successfully. Well, I don't think Florian did either.
I wonder if you compare their records, though, who was more successful by jumping weight classes.
True. I think Florian definitely is...
Rumble Johnson.
And possibly two. Speaking of weight cutting, one championship has decided to end same-day weigh-in styles, which we talked about, after one of their fighters died of a heart attack while trying to make weight. Chinese flyweight Yang Yingbing died while making weight.
Wait a second. So they had same-day weigh-ins?
No. They're changing completely how weigh-ins are now. So now the new policy states athletes must submit their current walking weight and daily training weight regularly. Athletes will input and track their daily weight online via a dedicated web portal and input data weekly and must include all daily weights.
And they made everybody move up one weight class, right?
If they can't make the weight. Athletes will be assigned to their weight class based on collected data at random weight checks. They are not allowed to drop weight when less than 8 weeks out from an event. During fight week, their weights are checked daily. Urine-specific gravity will also be checked daily. After 3 hours prior to the event, athletes must be within their weight class and pass specific gravity hydration test 3 hours before the event. If they fall outside the weight or fails the test, they will be disqualified from the event.
So they have to fight. They have to weigh in their weight class that they're going to be fighting. They have to fight in that weight.
Yes. Catch weights will be allowed. However, the athlete will higher weight will not be heavier than 105% of the lighter weights of the opponent. They will conduct random weight checks now at their discretion. This is basically like drug testing, but it's weight testing. Use of IVs for purpose of rehydration will not be allowed. They may petition to change weight classes outside the 8-week competition zone and must be within their new desired weight at that time. In addition, they must pass specific gravity urine tests within their weight, within the limits of the new petition weight class.
Why does it have to be so complicated? Same-day weigh-ins.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't see why it has to be this complicated.
Basically, I mean, Ben Askren's like freaking the fuck out and saying that
because they had somebody die.
Someone
so
died!
They have to...
No, I understand somebody died, so they want to reevaluate it. But if you make people... It's just like jiu-jitsu competitions. You know, you weigh in the same day that you compete. So you don't have to worry about extreme weight
wrestling
cutting.
competitions, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So there's no extreme weight cutting. You can't do it because then you run the danger.
There are still guys that do extreme weight cutting in wrestling. Oh, yeah. For a fact.
Well, but then you run the risk of not having the energy, not having the hydration, and all that stuff, and
you
losing
die of a
your
heart
match.
attack, right?
Or you die of a heart attack.
Things happen.
Whatever. All right.
Are you? I mean, what do you think the answer is? Besides same day?
That's my
same
answer.
day. That's it.
That's my answer. Because I think doing something like this is going to be more strenuous and difficult to follow up with the fighters. You're probably going to find a lot of guys cheating on that because they don't want to keep up with the numbers. So they're going to be giving you bullshit.
But they said that just like drug testing, they can do random weight cuts. They're going to show up with a scale at your house and be like, "Get on the scale."
Man.
You've been lying.
What if you just had prime rib?
I just had a bagel.
You should be on a strict
Cold Stone. You were walking by a Cold Stone.
I'm having a fat day. Leave me alone.
I'm having a fat and dumpy day.
Did you ever have a fat day?
I'm bloated. Just can't drop it.
I'm wishing for a skinny day.
I've been wishing for a skinny day for 20 fucking years, man.
Bellator 148 has lost its headliner. Josh Koscheck will not be making his debut.
All right.
He is out due to an injury undisclosed. He was supposed to fight Matt Sekor.
He fell off his hoverboard and bruised his ego.
It's possible. However, the new main event will be
huge bruise, dude.
Paul Daly and Andy Ulrich.
Okay.
So go UFC 113. Go Bellator. Good for you. Last little bit of news before we get into the recaps of the fights. We have Ronda Rousey in the news again for a couple reasons. Number one, she's going to host Saturday Night Live January 23rd.
Yeah.
Check that out. First mixed martial artist ever and first female fighter to host the show. Do you think that they're contemplating trying to pull it for Holly Holm? Or do you think Ronda's still the name to put on the Saturday Night Live?
Well, no, I mean, why would they pull it for Holly Holm?
Like, I'm just wondering if this was like something pre-booked. And
This doesn't. As much as you'd like to believe this is about the MMA thing, she's still a star.
I know she is. I'm just wondering.
Nah, I don't.
Because of how quickly everybody fucking turned on her and was like, I fucking knew that shit was going to happen.
That's the people.
You know what I mean? And good for her. She's a bitch anyway. When they were just cheering her, they had the shirt on, and then when she lost it, like ripped it off Hulk Hogan style, and then wrote
the ones
Holly
that
Holm
disappeared.
on a shirt.
Like the guy at the Lakers game.
The guy at the Lakers game the other day who was like buying a Warriors jersey. No joke. They see him putting on a Warriors jersey
over
his Lakers jersey midway through the game.
Yeah, that happened. I saw that. No, man, I think that it's her star power because she's got the two movies that are going on. She's got the Sports Illustrated. She's still a household name.
Get into Sports Illustrated.
Hey, but
These photos were stolen and leaked
Yeah, right.
by a cameraman's cell phone, except for they just happen to have SI watermarks all over them.
Yeah, and they're censored.
And they're censored.
'Cause I'm sure the cameraman who stole them was like, I'm gonna black out her vagina though, because that's just mean.
She will be in the swimsuit issue, painted with a painted swimsuit. You'll get to see the whole thing when the swimsuit issue comes out.
What this tells me though is that there are some unedited pictures of Ronda Rousey's hoo-ha.
Cash and prizes.
They're going to make them out.
What
They're
is it
going to
called?
make it
Cash
out
and prizes.
at
Cash
some
and
point.
prizes?
That's what she likes to say.
Pikachu.
Catch and prizes. She might like that one too.
Gesundheit.
She might like that one. She
it,
likes
right?
Pokemon.
Yeah, she likes Pokemon. I've heard it referred to as a Pikachu from other girls,
Yeah.
which is weird to me.
Well, it peeks at you. Like this one.
Oh, it's a wanker.
Also, she is in the middle of a lawsuit by a Florida man.
Yeah, God, Florida. Do you follow Florida Man on Twitter?
No, but I want to.
Totally follow Florida Man on Twitter. Absolutely hilarious. All the headlines are Florida Man, blah 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 blah. It's like a weird superhero. Florida Man seeks restraining order against Ronda Rousey because she's really a dude and had sex with A-Rod.
A handwritten, by the way, handwritten complaint was sent to the District Court of Florida. He claims Ronda Rousey, himself as the plaintiff, is facing imminent danger of bodily harm from Ronda Rousey, who is a fighter for the UFC, and I am whistleblowing a major scandal. Here in court, and fear Ronda Rousey will use her kickboxing skills and judo kick my head into submission to shut my mouth from whistleblowing against Ronda Rousey's fraud, lies, and manipulation. Facts! According to this man. Ronda Rousey and the UFC is cheating the American public. Ronda Rousey is really a man and pretending to be a female in the UFC to boost ratings. He has evidence to submit to the court that Ronda Rousey in Speedos showing her penis at a nudist colony at the Dewey Beach in Delaware. He also says Ronda Rousey used her prize winnings from fighting to get
Where's
a
that
penis.
nudist colony at? The Dewey Beach in Delaware?
Yeah.
A mental note. All right.
And Ronda Rousey used her prize winnings from fighting to get a penis enlargement in Jacksonville. Also would like to know that Ronda Rousey has been taking steroids before the fights to get competitive edge. She bought the steroids from Barry Bonds and had secret relations with Alex Rodriguez. Ronda Rousey has made a sex tape with John Bones Jones, which I am the only one with a copy of, and shows Ronda with a penis. And Ronda Rousey threatened to knock my lights out and break my legs into a pretzel if I don't return the sex tape.
I don't understand that.
Ronda Rousey's real father is Ron Jeremy. Her real name is Ron Rousey, or Ronald Rousey, which I'm in possession of her birth certificate. I am worried that if Ronda Rousey keeps fighting the UFC as a man, she is going to hurt her female competition, and I seek a restraining order against Ronda Rousey from attacking me and restraining order and injunction from Ronda Rousey fighting the UFC because she is a man and on steroids. This is consumer fraud. The public deserves the truth, and I seek protection under the Whistleblowers Act. Submitted, G.W. White.
GB White.
G.B. White, 1280 MacArthur Road, Whitehall, Pennsylvania, 052.
Which is actually a White Castle burger right now, if you look it up. Two things here. First off,
This guy's fucking nuts, and I love him.
This guy's batshit crazy, and he has better handwriting than I do. And this guy's batshit crazy, and
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, this guy obviously likes litigation, so this is your opinion from this part out.
What are you talking about?
We don't want to get sued.
Hey,
We don't
I'm
wanna
saying
be
he's got
sued.
better handwriting than me, and he's got better spelling than I do. And
Right.
it kind of pisses me off after reading that entire letter.
But in your opinion,
In my opinion, no, he definitely has better handwriting than me.
okay.
It's my
And he
opinion,
definitely
too,
has
that he has
better
better
spelling than
handwriting than Joey.
That's a fact, sir. It's my opinion that he's batshit crazy, but it's a fact that he has better handwriting than me.
So, I don't know.
Just leave it at that.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah, moving on.
Moving on. That's it. We're going on from that.
What do you do with that?
What are you supposed to say?
First off,
I want to see the evidence.
I'm going to check out this nudist colony in Delaware. I'm going to go to Jacksonville and make my dick bigger. They had to add some dick to me over there.
Yep.
And you know where a White Castle is now, too.
Exactly. There's lots of good information in that email. Why John Bones Jones and Ronda Rousey would give their sole possession of a sex tape to some random dude.
He was the one who took the sex tape, sir.
Oh. Well, that all makes sense then. I've seen those guys on Craigslist. You can hire them to videotape your sexy time for a small fee. Obviously, they didn't pay the fee, and that's what the problem is here.
Lastly, we got Luke Rockhold says he wants to fight at UFC 200, not UFC 199, because no one will remember UFC 199, because it's right before UFC 200. The hype's going to be for 200. No one's going to give a shit about UFC 199.
Were they going to do 200 like they did 100 with remember the poster we had that had all the,
Like 30 fighters on it.
Yeah, it was crazy. A bunch of title fights.
That you stole from Hot Topic.
So?
Which I am now in possession of.
You are, aren't you?
Yes!
Son of a bitch.
He stands in front of it
On the strong board, I do.
Yeah.
I do. I look Brock Lesnar right in his eyes.
The thing's fucking
It's
huge.
the size of that door.
Easily. Massive.
So, and then we had Rizin. Did you get a chance to watch any Rizin? We talked about. No, you did not, right? No Rizin at all?
I was in Seattle, man.
Okay, so you still couldn't watch Rizin?
No, I couldn't.
This happened December 29th and 30th.
Nah, man.
Two-day event. We had the heavyweight Grand Prix. We also had Shinya Aoki defeat Sakuraba due to corner stoppage, round 1.
Poor Sakuraba, man.
Poor Sakuraba. And then we had the heavyweight
Has anybody
bracket.
started up like a charity fund for that guy for when he's old and has
He's
dementia?
making money.
Yeah, but he's going to get dementia real soon.
Especially because he keeps pro wrestling, too.
Yeah.
Then you also had your Fedor Emelianenko return fight against Singh Jadip, which he won submission of punches round 1, 3 minutes, 2 seconds.
It's such bullshit that they ended up making that his opponent anyway after, maybe we shouldn't have him fight this guy. Yeah, we're going to have him fight this guy.
Kron Gracie wins submission, triangle choke over Asen Yamamoto.
Good for Kron.
Bob Sapp in a shootboxing open weight fight takes on Akibono Taro. Won a technical decision. I don't even know what that means. Gabriel Garcia defeats Cine Drune. TKO punches.
Do we know what this other Cine Drune looks like? Like, how is she compared to Gabby Garcia?
Let's see if there's a picture of her. Remember, it's Leites Tapia. She's huge.
Oh, that's right.
She was a wrestler.
That's right. I got you.
Yeah.
It was Windmill-O-Rama.
It was. For sure.
That's awesome.
And then you had your heavyweight Grand Prix bracket, which King Mo won, and that's why he's calling out Fedor.
Cool. Beast mode. Really, his competition, though, wasn't great.
No, it wasn't.
Nah, I mean, the only one that I would even call the competition didn't even win, which is Goran Relic. Yeah.
Aishi was decent.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, King Mo Fedor, go for it.
Woo! And then you got UFC 195. Did you at least get to watch that?
Nope, I was in a hotel.
You can't buy paper. You can buy paper.
No, not in the hotel.
How do you host a show and you don't watch any MMA?
I watched it this morning, sir.
I had to watch the play-by-play on my phone, man.
Okay. So you did know what was going on.
I did know what was going on. Yeah.
All right, so let's go on. Let's start with the prelims there. You want to read those off?
Yeah, Sheldon Westcott up against Edgar Garcia. He got a TKO in the first round at 312. Then Mishinori Tanaka up against Joe Soda. This was a split decision, of course, going all the way. And Dustin Poirier also went to split decision with Joseph Duffy.
Now we're not going to see Joseph Duffy come back and fight Conor McGregor.
Damn it.
I'm a little upset. The only man to defeat Conor McGregor. Well, at least the last man.
And he didn't look
Josh's
like it.
mic went limp.
Yeah.
He's upset. He's upset that Joseph Duffy lost. His
Isn't everybody?
mic went up.
The Great White Hype is over now, man.
It's over. Oh no, we do have the Great White Hype. You guys see that new show on YouTube? It's also on Fight Pass. Looking for a fight?
Looking
Mike
for a fight.
Galley, right?
Yeah. Well,
Right.
that's another Great White Hope. That's the guy to fight CM Punk.
It's not going to happen.
And then you had that's how they found Sage Northcutt.
That's fine.
Was on that show.
Nobody's ever going to fight CM Punk.
You know what I've learned about this show?
What?
One, Matt Serra likes to curse a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And he's pissed off at everybody.
Everything.
Every show, he's gotten in almost a fight with somebody at some other show.
He's an angry little man. 100%. No, but back to the CM Punk thing.
And that Nick the Tooth won a jiu-jitsu world championship? How is that possible? I know Nick the Tooth is like Dana's like a friend from high school and he's done a bunch of all this stuff. You know, he's always around. But like when I saw him roll against Joe Lauzon, he lost handedly.
Well, now you know how he won. It's not
Handedly.
what you know. It's who you know.
I guess.
It's not what you know. It's who you know. It was a world competition with him and one other dude that was paid in cheeseburgers to lose. I'll gladly pay you on Thursday for a cheeseburger today.
And the fact that Nick Tooth's a vegan, but yet he's eating fish.
So he's Pescopelian.
Yeah, but he said he's a vegan.
Well, he doesn't know what that means. He probably can't pronounce Pescopelian. Moving on to your prelim card here, we have Drew Dauber going up against Scott Holtzman.
City.
We had Decision Fest 2016. Justine Kish up against Nina Anasorov.
Hey, they were banging though.
That was a good fight.
That was a good fight.
And then you got a split decision with Alex Morono up against Kyle Noak. I did see this one.
I didn't see that. I think Noak just got worked.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
But
Is this the one you had on last night?
Yep.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yep.
And then our local guy, Michael Mayday McDonald,
frickin' nail biter.
Woo!
up against Masanori Kanehara.
It was not looking good for him.
I was watching it, though, and you know what? The other guy didn't have the choke right. I mean, you could definitely tell. Obviously, he got out of it pretty quick.
But I mean, just overall work.
Yeah. He's coming off of a long layoff, man.
I know, I get it.
He's got new hands.
Hey.
He's got new hands.
Does he have bionic hands?
Yep. Got him fixed.
Nice.
Got new carpenter
almost
hands.
3 years since he fought.
Yep.
And now he's back, gets a win. So we'll see if he can get back in the hunt. That's cool. Jumping on to your main event here, you had Abel Trujillo up against Tony Sims with a guillotine choke.
Yep.
And then Brian Ortega gets a triangle choke over Diego Brandao. Apparently, I had a friend who was complaining online about how Joe Rogan and Mike Goldberg were touting about the black belts that Tony Sims and Diego Brandao had, and then they both got submitted.
Yeah, not only that, Ortega had cornrows and a man bun.
Nice.
It's talent.
That's
Talent.
that is talent with your hair. Albert Temenov up against Lawrence Larkin gets a split decision here.
Lawrence Larkin had the stupid bell shaved in his head. That's what he gets.
Yep.
Blaming the bell.
Always.
Yeah.
And God damn it, Andrei Arlovsky and your stupid glass jaw that you cursed at me for. You got TKO'd by Stipe Miocic.
Who ran to the cage and yelled, "Are we on the same page now? Give me my title shot." To Dana White, like multiple times.
Dude, he's got hands like cinder blocks.
Yeah.
They weren't even moving fast.
Which Dana White said, "Who the hell am I to say no to him?" He went like he was like a psycho. I was not going to say no. We are definitely on the same page. They shook hands. He will get to fight the winner of Fabricio Verdum versus Cain Velasquez.
Just went all gladiator on him. Are you not entertained?
He got
Nice.
very upset.
And then this one kind of bums me out. Robbie Lawler up against Carlos Condit.
Why does it bum you
No,
out?
it bums me out because Condit's thinking about retiring now.
Yes,
That bums
Condit
me
has
out.
said it's possible. He says, "I'm not dejected. I have to evaluate. It's a possibility. This might be my last one. I've been at this for a long time, 40 professional fights. I don't know. I've come up short tonight. Tonight was kind of do or die a moment in my career. I was all in. If I got the strap, I was keep going. If I didn't, I didn't. We'll have to see if I can continue to do this."
I was watching the play-by-play, and I was surprised because, you know, we were talking, you weren't in here for a while, but we were talking about how 2015 was like the year of changing guards. Like,
Oh, for sure.
All the belts just like vacated their current owners and ran away to new people. And I was watching the play-by-play going, holy shit, 2016 starting out the exact same way. Lawler's going to lose his belt to Condit. I wasn't watching it live, obviously. I didn't see what you guys did. But reading the play-by-play.
You'd have been even more pissed.
I don't know.
Shut up, Dodge.
The because the play-by-play that I was reading on SureDog, like it pretty much had it 3-2 Condit.
A lot of the media had it 3-2 Condit. Dana White had it 3-2 Condit.
Because, again, if you break it down like you say,
Yep.
minute by minute,
Yep.
I'll give you damage and I'll give you some work.
Yep.
But 3 minutes out of 5 minutes in the third and the fifth, guarantee.
I don't know. First round, who'd you get it for?
Oh, that's
You give it to the champ or you give it to Condit?
Condit.
You give it to Condit.
Yeah.
See, and I don't know. Because Robbie controlled the cage the entire almost first round.
First, third, and the fifth.
And then the second round was definitely all Lawler.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Third round, it was Lawler.
2 minutes. He did 2 minutes of work.
I'd say almost 3 minutes, and you give the last 2 minutes to Condit.
Okay, whatever.
And it depends. I mean, Lawler's throwing... I mean, the statistics are absolutely crazy.
Because I hear a lot of people say the fourth was the Condit. And I didn't see the fourth was the Condit. Do you?
No, I don't know. I don't know if I can.
See, I say 1, 3, and 5.
The big thing that you have to think about, too, was the knockdown. Not the slip that Condit kind
No,
of
I know.
shovel-pushed Lawler, but Lawler actually knocked down Condit hard. And that counts.
Yeah, but what about
I mean,
out
the
on
whole
his feet?
10-8 the whole
What about
10-9
out on his feet when Lawler's just sitting there like he's out?
The whole 10-9 thing is bullshit anyway. I mean, we all talk about
Right,
that.
right.
The scoring system for MMA is horrible.
Yeah.
And you two could roll your eyes whatever, as long as if you would pay attention to what was going
We're
on.
not rolling our eyes. We're just like, hey, we neither one of us have anything to say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
right.
got nothing.
Say about it.
So we're just
Lame
making
asses.
googly eyes at each other. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
I was actually checking them out.
Yeah.
That's googly eyes.
Let me try to make moves on your brother.
But
Chill out, man.
the fifth round, I mean, Lawler came back and almost had Condit knocked the fuck out.
For 2 minutes.
The last 2 minutes,
There you go.
okay. So that's
There's
that's
5 minutes in the round.
Same argument I have for the third round.
Also leaves an impression on the judges, though, too.
It definitely leaves.
You want to
a
see my
impression.
impression of the judges?
I also think I agree with a lot of people that have been talking about that in championship fights, and especially fights
Right.
against Keller,
And
we need
that's
5 judges, not 3.
Well, not only that, but again, and everybody in the room agreed that night that if it's going to be a championship fight, it has to be decisive.
Yep.
It can't be to where I agree, you don't agree. It has to. If you're going to take the
Everybody
belt,
has to say-
if you're going to take the belt from somebody, it has. Everybody has to agree.
Yeah, it was a definitely close fight.
I just hate to see Condit go. The guy's a
I don't
very
think he's
talented,
done.
amazing fighter.
Some stats, though, they're talking about Lawler. He is the most struck fighter in the UFC.
Like he's been hit the most times?
He's been hit the most times.
So his
in
head's
his 5-fight winning streak and at welterweight is tied for the longest active streak. He also has became the second fighter in UFC history to win the title fight by split decision. Benson Henderson is the only one to do that. His 9 knockdowns landed are tied now with Jake Ellenberger and Thiago Alves for most in the division's history.
So he's like cabbage. His head is full of cement and stuff.
Cement and stuff. Significant strike disadvantage of -82 was the most of any fighter to win a decision.
I don't know what that means.
He was outstruck by 82 strikes, or less. He had 82, and he was still able to win. He absorbed 691 strikes since he started.
How does that make sense? That if you get hit more,
That's what everybody's talking about. That's the big thing.
That's a lot of hits, too. It's not
Condit
like one or
landed
two.
176 significant strikes, second most in the UFC title history.
And how many did he throw?
Yeah, he
Over
threw
300?
Yeah, 400. I thought I saw.
400?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something crazy. Condit has been the third welterweight in UFC history to land 100 or more significant strikes.
wow.
Yeah, Robbie Lawler absorbs 5.5 significant strikes per minute in UFC title fights, the second most in history.
Wow.
Yeah. They say
He is a heavy bag.
It's time for him to.
for sure.
It's time for him to fight Nick Diaz again.
yeah, I agree.
Want that fight?
Like I said, the fight was really, really,
Just
really
replay
close.
the
I
knockout
definitely,
over and over and over. Man, you
Right.
have people buying that. They're just eating it up.
yeah, that's all you need. That's the only trailer you need.
Yeah.
It's just the knockout, the TKO.
I'm surprised Diaz isn't talking shit. Actually,
He's waiting his time.
he's waiting.
I'm sure he's waiting his
as
time.
soon as the NSAC lifts his ban
Bam,
on Monday.
motherfucker.
he's like,
Stockton, motherfucker.
Fuck
Stockton.
you, Lawler. I'm coming for you right now.
Stockton, motherfuckers.
My
That's what he
brother's
was.
coming for Connor, and I'm coming for you.
That's what he was screaming the whole time when he was fighting him the first time. Anyway,
Is that all you got?
no, all he screamed was Stockton, motherfucker. What? Stockton,
What?
motherfucker. What? And Joe Rogan even commented and goes, "You know, you come from a bad neighborhood when you could scream the name of your city and it's a threat. You can't be like Malibu Beach, bitch. Like it just doesn't work.
Beverly Hills, motherfucker.
Beverly Hills, bitch.
Rip it.
What? Huh?
Also, we're over this because I don't think we covered the fight announcement. That came
We
out
have
this
not.
week?
This is just now fight announcement. They're saying I still have not seen anything official from the UFC other than the facts that we have.
But the ESPN ran with it, so
ESPN ran with it. UFC on Fox ran with it as still a rumor, but
Okay.
but they're pretty much confirming. UFC 197. We will have Conor McGregor moving up in weight to take on Rafael dos Anjos for the lightweight belt. Try to do what BJ Penn couldn't do and become the first man in history to hold two belts in the same or in two different divisions at the same time.
And as I was saying last year when you were out, there's absolutely no way Holm is going to wait to fight. She's going to fight Tate. And
She will fight Tate.
that's the word.
That's the word. She will fight Tate at UFC 197. Again, nothing 100% from the UFC other than UFC 197 was supposed to take place in Brazil. It has now been moved to Las Vegas because Anderson Silva is going onto the London card to fight Bisping. And Dana White revealed yesterday Holly Holm will indeed defend her title before fighting Ronda Rousey. That is 100% guaranteed.
That is guaranteed, yeah.
Yes.
So what do you think about the whole McGregor Dos Anjos thing? Because I have
Let it happen.
Let it happen?
Yep.
I don't like it.
I like it.
I hate it.
I was happy when BJ Penn tried to do it.
But here's the thing: is that BJ
You tie up
Penn,
two belts and then what? Is that what you're crying about?
No, because first off, BJ Penn he pretty much kind of cleared his division anyway.
Yeah.
McGregor just got the belt, and Dos Anjos just got the belt.
I agree. The only person left for McGregor to fight is Frankie Edgar.
Yes, and he should be fighting Frankie.
That's the only person.
He should, but Aldo also deserves his rematch.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. Cain
get-
Velasquez got his. Misha Tate's going to get hers. Why doesn't Aldo deserve
Misha
his?
Tate's not getting hers.
Well, she'll never fight again, I don't think. But she will get a rematch according to Dana White right now.
You're talking
No, not Misha Tate.
Ronda
I'm sorry,
Rousey.
Ronda Rousey.
Right.
Ronda Rousey's going to get hers. Why wouldn't Aldo get his? Kane's getting his next month. So why wouldn't Aldo get a rematch? Of course he's going to get a rematch. And so here's the thing. So, okay, so you let this fight happen. So you got McGregor Dos Anjos happening in March, is what the rumor is. So now Aldo gets his shot maybe in July.
Yep.
And that pushes, barring injury and suspensions and everything, that pushes Edgar all the way back to possibly October, which is a year that he's shelved and he's the number one contender. Which is kind of bullshit, especially since he's a former champion.
I like Aldo having his immediate rematch because he was a champion for so long. But he's also Mr. I'm fucking broken and couldn't defend his belt all the goddamn time.
I understand
so
that.
that's why he doesn't get one.
Kane only fought fucking 3 times in 5 years.
I don't think Kane should have got an immediate rematch
But
either.
he did.
But he did. But I don't think he should have.
But he did.
I'm saying my decision, if I was going to make it, Aldo doesn't get his, and Kane shouldn't have got his.
Oh, well, that's fine, except for now Kane already is getting his.
Yep.
Ronda's going to get hers. Aldo has to get his.
But Ronda's is now not an immediate.
No, but that's her making movies. So you tie up the number one contender for a year.
Yeah.
You push Aldo all the way back to possibly July. And then what happens if Conor goes up against Dos Anjos, which a lot of people aren't even giving him a chance in this fight because Dos Anjos is just too big and a really bad matchup for him.
Yeah, but actually, McGregor's a big.
And I'm sure a lot of people forget
145er.
that McGregor fought at 155 in Ireland in the
Start of his career, yeah.
So that's fine. I get that. But the thing is, what happens here? The only positive outcome for this is that McGregor wins and gets both belts. Then everybody goes fucking ape shit.
Yep.
McGregor doesn't win. He possibly goes out on a medical suspension because he got beat up by a bigger dude. So that locks up the 145 belt even longer. And Dos Anjos did what? Beat up a smaller fighter. So what kind of credit does he get? Nothing.
He beat up a champion, though, not a smaller fighter.
He beat up a smaller fighter. He beat up a smaller fighter.
I don't know.
It's not going up in the division and winning looks good. Going down into a smaller division and beating somebody up doesn't look good.
But you got boxers that move up and down in 5, 6, 7, 8 different weight classes.
Moving
and
up
hold.
looks good.
No, they still go all over. They hold all the belts in all the different divisions.
I'm just saying, if you're the bigger fighter beating up the smaller fighter and you win, it doesn't make you look like a tough guy at all. So the only positive outcome for this, as far as being a true fan of the sport, is if Conor McGregor wins. Then it's like, holy shit, oh my God, this is amazing. He's the second coming of Christ in Conor McGregor. But if he goes in there and gets his ass kicked, then it's like, oh, all right, well, what's for dinner?
I don't know, man. I still think it's a great fight.
I think it'll be a good fight.
I think it's a great fight, and it's a money fight.
That's all it is.
100% a money
That's
fight.
all it is a money fight.
Again, the only person left for Conor to fight is Frankie Edgar, for sure. I mean, he beat Chad Mendez.
Yeah.
Even if Chad Mendez only had 2 weeks' notice, that's Chad Mendez's fault for coming in fat.
It doesn't matter. Edgar's school.
Maybe he shouldn't be wakeboarding all the time. And then he fights Aldo again. I still think, I don't know, man.
I think this fight should wait.
But it's not.
It's not going to, because they got to do the super fights when they can do the super fights.
When they can do the super fight. Just like GSP should have been fighting somebody. Should have fought Anderson Silva back in the day.
I had the same discussion with my friend last night, and it was like, you got to do it when you can.
How many super fights have we missed out on?
Plenty.
You know what I mean?
Plenty. But also as someone who's been following the sport as long as we have,
yeah,
super fights are just for the casual fans. They're going to throw $50, $60 at a
But that's why Shamrock's fighting Gracie, sir.
Yeah, you're right. Sure, you're right, man. You're right.
That's why Dada 5000 fighting Kimbo.
Yep.
That's why Fedor's going to come in and fight all 4 of them at the same time.
Take my money. Take my money.
Battle Royale.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all the news. It's all the stuff we got.
We do have an interview with Fabricio Verdun that we'll be bringing to you very, very soon, which that fight's going down next month, and we'll, of course, get to that when we get there. But aside from that, big thanks for listening. Thanks to StrongBoardBalance.com, MyMMANews.com. Go throw us a vote on FightBookMMA.com.
Right.
For fan favorite podcast, please. We're in like second, third place. We could definitely use your help. We'd love that recognition because we've been doing this for a long time, and it just feels great to be nominated.
Feels right.
Feels better to win.
We're not going to give you anything for it, though.
No, we're not giving you shit, but our love and gratitude. But please go vote for us anyway.
Yeah.
And again, tell your friends to download us on Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio. Subscribe on iTunes or on our website, which is SplitDecisionMMA.com. Follow us on Facebook, Split Decision MMA Podcast, or on Instagram and Twitter at SD_MMA. That pretty much wraps it up. So it's Bueller and Dodge for the first time in 2016. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
No.
Not
that one. No. Boo. Not that one.
Oh, perfect. From the Rulot Family Inc. Studios, have a good night. We'll see you at the fights.